What does it take to get monetized? How hard is it to create a channel, get subscribers if you're doing something other than just creating YouTube videos about creating YouTube videos? What is up, my brethren? This is Heckle TV. I am Jarvis Black. Thank you for coming back. I debated whether or not to make a video about something like this because there's already so many YouTube channels that are dedicated to helping aspiring YouTubers get subscribers, how to build their channel, how to monetize their channel.
YouTube simplified.
The best way to make money, a lot of money,
and what you can do to get more subscribers here on YouTube.
But ultimately, I decided I wanted to make this kind of video for that exact reason. The majority of YouTube channels that talk about how to make and monetize your YouTube channel can really only tell you how to make and monetize a channel about making and monetizing a channel. So what about everybody else? These videos kind of remind me of those get-rich-quick schemes.
Welcome to Secrets of Success,
where they advertise that you can get rich if you buy their books or sign up for their courses. But their books and courses are about how to get rich. And they made their money by selling books and courses about how to make money and get rich. It's this weirdly cyclical thing, and it's like, how does that work?
The less you do, the more you do.
A perfect example of this is a channel that I found last year called The Content Bug that now goes by just the woman's name, Catherine Manning. When I found her channel, she only had like 10 or 15,000 subscribers, and even at that point, all of her content was about making a YouTube channel, how to monetize, what it's like being a YouTuber, how to make videos, how to edit videos, everything around creating a YouTube channel and monetizing it. Now she has close to 260,000 subscribers. I'm not trying to knock her content because clearly it's good, otherwise she wouldn't have so many subscribers. And it's kind of interesting how meta the whole thing is. The problem is, I think her channel epitomizes the problem with the whole genre. And that is, her channel's great if you're creating a channel about creating a channel. If you're starting a channel that's just dedicated to creating videos about creating videos, there's lots of great advice there. And it's no coincidence that Catherine Manning also sells courses.
And sign up to be a part of my VIP team.
And her courses teach you how to make your channel blow up within 60 days. Now look, maybe her courses are great, but I don't know. I'm not going to buy them. I'm not saying that there's anything inherently wrong with her channel or what she's doing, but I am trying to point out that there's a pattern with how these schemes work. I think of it kind of like the Mary Kay consultants, where they can get rich by doing what other Mary Kay consultants do, which is teaching other Mary Kay consultants how to get rich.
I was completely bamboozled by a cosmetics brand.
Being a YouTuber just for the sake of teaching other people how to be a YouTuber doesn't sound that fun to me. But I understand that being on YouTube and being a YouTuber is a really interesting topic. And so it's one that people want to talk about. It's one that people want to watch videos about. There's a need for that content and these people fill it. But what if you want to do something different? What if you want to make a gaming channel or baking channel? Videos about dancing, cooking, drinking, cleaning, news, how to train your dog, how to make tutus. How hard is it to create a channel, get subscribers if you're doing something other than just creating YouTube videos about creating YouTube videos? What does it take to get monetized? And how difficult is it to get monetized when you're not making this type of content? So that's the experience I wanted to talk about in this video, because I created this channel and I don't make content about making content. I can tell you what that experience is like on my way from 0 to 1,000 subscribers. And if you're not interested in all of that other stuff and the backstory and my experience in creating the channel, I'll put markers in the timeline of this video, timestamps, so that you can skip ahead to just the parts where I talk about how I got my channel monetized in 2 days. So feel free to skip ahead if you don't want to hear about how I got here.
Let's get out of here.
So I created this channel back in 2013 and really didn't do anything with it. A couple years later, I started live streaming the podcast that I was doing at the time. I would upload video clips from that podcast to this channel. Honestly, none of the videos got very many views. Most of them were in single digits, especially the long form podcast where it was the entire episode. The clips of the episodes actually got more views. There was one where we had a hypnotist on the podcast and he hypnotized us. That video got like 2,000 views. That was really kind of the peak. The channel got somewhere around 100 subscribers. And this was despite the fact that our podcast was getting thousands of listens on other platforms, but I guess it just didn't really translate very well to YouTube. So we really didn't gather much of a following or get many listens to the podcast here. Shortly after that, we stopped doing the podcast, so we didn't live stream it or anything. And frankly, the channel was just dormant for a few years until about September of last year when I started uploading a variety of different types of content. And I deleted everything that was podcast related from before that. I tried a number of different types of videos because I wasn't really sure what to do or where exactly I wanted to go, but I had a lot of ideas and I wanted to try a lot of different things. First, I started with some gaming videos just to see how those were received.
Alex, our guns give us away.
What about this bazooka between my legs? Pow! There's no hiding that, baby.
I didn't really anticipate being a gaming YouTuber, but I wanted to at least try something. And that was like the first thing I knew that I could do easily and just kind of talk about easily. Most of the subscribers that I had already had left the channel. But it was pretty interesting because as I was losing subscribers from the podcast content, I was also gaining new subscribers from the new variety of types of content that I was uploading. I talked about a lot of different things, everything from performing stand-up comedy.
A lot of times would close with it or I'd open with it because it was one of my strongest jokes.
I created some parody videos.
You're not important. You're not going to have important things to do.
Talked about news stories that I thought were interesting. It was a really interesting experience. And I think about that, I just want to say, if you feel like your channel is stagnating, don't let that get you down. I think it's invariable that that's going to happen. I think the main thing is to just keep pushing forward, keep creating new content, keep trying to come up with new ideas that you think are interesting, that you would want to watch, that you think other people would want to watch, and just keep pushing forward. Every time I felt like my channel was stagnating, I would eventually break through that barrier. My channel finally started to gain some traction when I started talking about weird news stories. I've always had a bunch of bookmarks in my browser of all of like the weird news. And one day I created a video about the Barnett case. That was a news story that a lot of people were interested in. I thought about making a video about it because I thought it was a really interesting story, but I thought nobody's gonna watch this. And the first video I did about it got 14,000 views. And I was like, whoa, wait. My other videos were only getting like 100 at the most. And then the story was unfolding really fast. As new information came out, I made more videos about the story. And the second one I put out got like 20,000 views, and the third one that I put out, now I think it's up to 65,000 views. That was a lot, especially for a channel that only had 100 subscribers. My channel was getting a lot more attention. And in fact, I think it was probably too early. I didn't really know exactly what I was doing. And in a lot of ways, I really still don't. I still feel like I'm working on trying to find my voice on this platform, and it's been a lot of fun. I think you end up finding things that you enjoy talking about, and that helps push your channel forward. And that's the thing, now that I'm over 1,000 subscribers, I think a lot of those subscribers are from that story that I covered. The point that I'm getting at here is that most of these YouTube channels about how to be a YouTuber or how to create a channel, they're gonna tell you pick a niche topic. But the reality is if you don't already know what your niche is going to be, and you already know that you can make a lot of content on that, and you know that that is going to have a lot of views, you have to find that niche first. What if you don't know what it is that you're good at talking about, or that you're good at making videos about, or that people are going to want to watch? You're going to need to experiment to figure that out.
Stop wasting my time.
Okay, so on to the main event. The thing you all paid top dollar for front row tickets, how I got my YouTube channel monetized in 2 days. But wait, those of you that have been watching the part where I rambled about how I started this channel, you started this channel like 5 years ago doing stuff. And you're right, I like that about you. My YouTube channel was monetized 2 days from when it was eligible to be monetized. It took me years to get to a point where my channel was actually in a place where it could be monetized. That's not entirely true. My YouTube channel was actually monetized before. Then they changed the rules about what the criteria was to be a part of the YouTube Partner Program. My monetization was revoked. out. But now my channel meets that criteria and I was monetized in 2 days. So you need two things in order to monetize your YouTube channel. You need 1,000 subscribers and you need 4,000 watch hours over the past 12 months. Once you meet that criteria, YouTube will review your channel for eligibility and then they'll let you know. It's not something you have to specifically apply for. They will automatically review your channel to be enrolled in the partner program. From what I had seen from other YouTubers and the time that it takes to actually get approval for monetization, it was like a month, 2 months or more. So I felt really fortunate. I thought I was gonna have to wait a long time. One of the things that I think probably helped move the process along faster was that I already had an active AdSense account. If you don't have an AdSense account, go get one created. Doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. If you want to be a part of the YouTube partner program eventually, have your AdSense account active and ready to go so that you don't have to worry about delaying the process once that does happen. So if all you need is 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, that begs the questions, right? How do you get those 1,000 subscribers? How do you get that 4,000 watch hours? Look, I don't know everything and I'm not going to pretend to. I'm just a small YouTube channel who just crossed 1,000 subscribers, but I also have the experience of not just creating content about creating content. You don't have to listen to me, and you probably shouldn't. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I think you should take anyone else's advice with a grain of salt. When you're listening to somebody with 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers talking about how to create YouTube videos, if all they make is videos on how to create YouTube videos, they don't really understand what the experience is like for somebody who doesn't create content like that. I look at it the same way with when I started stand-up comedy over 10 years ago. A lot of people will have a lot of advice about what you should do and shouldn't do with your act, jokes that you should tell, topics that you should stay away from, how to conduct yourself on stage. But I think it's a process that everybody has to figure out for themselves. I think there's a parallel with YouTube. And I think with anything that you're doing creative, because what works for one person might not work the same way. I don't know that there's a 100% applicable template that you can take from one person and apply to another and it's going to be the same thing. I just don't think it works that way. There are so many variables when it comes to creative outlets, and when it comes to videos, everybody has a different taste. So I think you need to work out what works for you, and you can do that through experimenting. Don't let these other channels get you caught up on going, I have to figure out my perfect niche and have that ahead of time before I even get started. If you end up making a bunch of videos about a topic that you hate or that you end up hating, I don't know, that's gonna really suck, man. What I'm saying is just keep creating content. Keep trying. If something doesn't work, try something else. Think about what you like to watch on YouTube. Think about what you click on. Think about what you don't click on. Think about what you click on, watch for a second, and then click off of it. What are the things that drive you to make those decisions? And then try to incorporate that into your videos. As I've mentioned before, when all else fails, make the content that you would want to see. My thought process is that if you're making content that you want to see, there's probably enough people in the world that would have the same sensibility, that would be interested in the same types of things. And hey, maybe I'm wrong. It wouldn't be the first time, but that's how I feel about it. And just keep making content and don't give up. I think a lot of people tend to give up when things get really tough or they get really discouraged. Things will get tough. Things will be discouraging. Sometimes it's really discouraging when you make a video that you really like, that you're really proud of, that you think is really good, and nobody watches it. There's gonna be ups and downs. There's gonna be a lot of misses. And people will be total jerks in the comments section. They will make fun of everything from how you look to your hair to how you're talking about it. People made fun of my soul patch. They make fun of everything. People made fun of how close I was to the camera, or how I opened my mouth, or how I talked, my voice. Somebody told me once that my laugh made them want to vomit in the comments section. There's a lot of stuff that people will just say because it's the internet. Don't let that get you down. Just know that if it's something that you really want to do and you're willing to put the effort and time into it, no matter what happens, it's still a win. I'm not gonna get 100 million subscribers like PewDiePie. You might, and you might not, but you can define success on your own terms. If you're making content that you enjoy and makes you happy, then nothing else matters. You've already won. But that's just one guy's stupid opinion.
Yeah. This is the end of the video. Like and subscribe.
With every new subscriber, a butterfly gets its wings. So that's just a fact. Hey, are we recording? Are we recording? Look at that. There's me recording. What? Okay.